We've talked a whole lot of Marvel. Let's hop into some DC keys. First up, Batman. Alright guys, so all these books we're about to look through came out of the same collection. You've heard it once, you've heard it twice, you've heard it a bunch of times. The link is in the bio to that collection. All we're going to be talking about today are Batman keys. Not necessarily Batman or Detective Comics, but Batman keys. I left a lot out because I didn't want to do an hour-long video. I'm sure you would appreciate that. Two things before we go, a few things. Number one, I apologize if there is a glare across here. That's first up. Second up, these collections are out there in the wild. You've heard me say it in previous videos. You just have to get out there and find them. It's word of mouth. You need to make sure people know you buy comics, you collect comics. You need your friends, uncle to know that you have a collection, you're buying, you're looking. That's how you find stuff like this. Number two, the reason I like doing these videos, not only because they all came in one collection to show you that it can happen, but number two is you want to familiarize yourself with these covers, these numbers, these keys, these characters, all right? If you're new to the game, some of this stuff might be new to you. Get familiar with them, all right? These should all ring a bell. First up, my man was just in a movie. I know my boy Otto over at 3 Men in a Basement has been looking for this book. I have no idea if he has found it yet. But this is Batman number 386, first appearance of Black Mask. I really do like this cover. I feel like some people hate on it. I like this cover a lot. First appearance of Black Mask, Batman 386. This probably won't be going to CGC. Although it is kind of high grade. Not going to CGC. Next up, another Batman villain. This is Vengeance of Bane number 1. This is the first appearance of Bane. Now, be careful with this book. It went through 2 printings. You'll find a Roman numeral 2 up here if it's a second print. This one is a first print. So careful with this one. It's sneaky. All right, this is the first appearance of Bane. First print. Next up, Batman 635, first appearance of Jason Todd as the Red Hood. Fairly modern book, all right? I don't think this is that old at all. 2005, I believe. I do love this cover. Again, Jason Todd. None of these are going to be going to CGC. This one is pretty high grade, though. I got to say. 1, 2 little ticks. First Jason Todd as Red Hood. Not going to CGC. Next up is a book that is climbing, and climbing fast. I used to sell this mini-series for $100 and used to be happy. It's now well over $200 for this run of 6 books. I do have the full run. I just wanted to show you book number 1. This is Batman Beyond. This is the first appearance of Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis. It's a 6-issue mini-series that's selling over $200 right now. 9.8s of this book are expensive too. I don't think this is a 9.8, so this probably won't be going to CGC unless I pre-screen it at a 9.8, and I don't think it'll come back. But this is book climbing, all right? Really quick, we'll go over them. First up, first Black Mask. This is Batman 386, Vengeance of Bane number 1. It's a 1-book run. Careful on this one because they did do a second print. This is the first appearance of Bane. Batman 635, first Jason Todd as Red Hood. Batman Beyond number 1, first all the Batman Beyond stuff. All right, this is a 6-issue miniseries that's selling over $200 raw right now. Got it? Moving on. This is kind of like a minor key, just a cool book, not very expensive. This is Joker number 1. This is from the 70s. Just a cool book. He had the full run in there, but I thought it was good to put number 1 out there. Not difficult to find. Next up is actually a book I'm keeping in my personal collection. It's never happens. Very rare I find something for myself. A book that first time I've ever found it in the wild. It's at shows all over the place. It's not a difficult book to find, and it's not even very expensive, but to find it in the wild always excites me a little more. This book is going to CGC because it is for myself. This is Detective Comics 400, first appearance of Man-Bat. I have never found this in the wild. I'm ecstatic. It's not that hard of a book to find, but this is going to CGC. It's probably come back like a 7. You know, not a very high grade, but Neal Adams cover. I mean, Neal Adams did everything for Batman Detective in like the 70s, right? First Man-Bat. Next up, another Neal Adams. This is a cover swipe. This is going to CGC as well because I have a 6.0, so I'd love to upgrade. So if this book comes back a 6.5 or better, I'll keep it. The 6.0 will end up being sold. This is a cover swipe. This is Batman 227. This is not coming back better than a 6.0, but Batman 227. It's a cover swipe, I think, of like Detective Comics like 31 or something like that. Super early tech cover swipe Detective Comics. But this is a Neal Adams. Just a classic cover. Not necessarily a key. Same thing with the next book. I have this next book in a 9.2. So I probably won't. I think I'm going to send this to CGC, but it is not coming back in 9.0. This is another classic Neal Adams book. It's also labeled on a CGC label as a classic cover. This is Batman 251. One of my favorite covers of all time. This one's up there with me with Silver Surfer number 4. I just love it. This is probably going to come back like a 6.5. Affordable though in that grade. Batman 251. So Joker number 1, not that big of a deal. These things are all over the place. It's not easy to find these in super high grade though. Detective Comics 400. This will stay in my personal collection. Batman 227 will stay in my personal collection if it comes back from CGC higher than a 6.0. And Batman 251. So this is going to go to CGC. This is going to go to CGC. This is going to go to CGC. And this is not going. Moving on to another batch of 4. We're going to start off with another villain. First Silver Age appearance of a villain. This is Batman number 234, another Neal Adams book. This is probably not going to stay with me because I think mine's a little higher grade. Batman 234, first Silver Age appearance of Two-Face, Neal Adams. The next 3 books kind of go together. All 70s, all... You'll see why. I'm not sure if any of these I'm going to keep or not because I do have them. Some are raw, some are graded. We'll see how they go. First one up, Detective Comics 405, first appearance of the League of Assassins. All right? Familiarize with these. All Batman keys. Next up, Detective Comics 411, first appearance of Talia al Ghul. I used to have a 6.5 signed and sketched by Neal Adams, but I don't know if I really like the signature series on the older stuff. So that's that one. And last but not least, Batman 232, first appearance of Ra's al Ghul. I have this in an 8.0. I don't think this is an 8.5, so this will probably be sold. What I am going to do, though, and I'll probably do a video on this later down the line, is I'm eventually going to send all my Batman stuff that isn't graded out to be graded, and I probably just send it with all these as well, and I'll just keep the higher ones and sell the other ones. So, you always want to, and this is another reason why I do this, you always want to upgrade your collection, right? You want to, you want to go from a 7 to a 7.5 or from a 7 to an 8. And if you could find it in the wild, it costs you a fraction of the price, and then you sell your other one. You sell your 7.0 to move up to the 7.5. You don't even have to do that in the wild. You just, you could do it if you find a good deal on a higher grade. You could always sell yours, put that money towards the higher grade, and pay the difference. That's how you do it. I mean, I've started out with real low grades on a lot of stuff. My Batman 251, oh yeah, that was the last batch. The Joker cover, I think I started like a 6.0. I'm up to a 9.2. So, over time, you don't do it all at once. You go slowly, right? So again, first Silver Age Two-Face, first League of Assassins, first Talia al Ghul, first Ra's al Ghul. All right, next 4 are all pretty modern. And out of all of these, the modern book's going to be worth the most money. First up is The Killing Joke. This thing is everywhere, guys. This is a first print. You could tell by the green. This thing went through like 14 printings or something. Not hard to find in first print. I find them all the time. They're affordable, too. 9.8s are only like $200 if you really want one. Next up, Batman Harley Quinn. This is actually the first Harley Quinn in continuity. Alex Ross cover. Nice book. This is not a 9.8. I probably will not send this out to get graded. I think this went through like 2 or 3 printings. Not that big a deal. Next up, this is Batman Adventures. This is Mad Love. Super early Harley. I think it's her origin story. This is not going to CGC. This has some real fingerprint damage here. I don't know if you can see it on the black. It's kind of hard to see, but this is definitely like mid-grade. And last but not least, this is the big one. This is probably the most expensive book that came out of this entire collection of Batman keys, which is crazy, right? You wouldn't expect it, but it's actually Batman Adventures number 12. This is the first appearance of Harley Quinn with Birds of Prey out right now. This book, is on the rise. You know what I always say too with the moderns? I feel like the moderns, like the New Mutants 98, right? First Deadpool, first Harley, first Cable. The modern books, first Gambit's another one, seem to do this a lot in price and value. They jump a lot. They get a lot of hype and then they plummet. And they get a lot of hype and they plummet. Whereas the Silver and Bronze Age stuff kind of maintain their value. They'll do this a little bit, but it's the big swings are in the modern books. So right now you definitely don't want to buy that book. You want to wait like a couple months and she'll be back down. But again, Batman Adventures number 12. So let's go. Killing Joke first print. Harley Quinn. This is the Batman Harley Quinn. This is a square bound hard book. This is the first Harley Quinn in continuity. You have Harley Mad Love here, Batman Adventures. This is the origin story for Harley. And then on the end there, Batman Adventures 12, first appearance of Harley Quinn. All right, that's all the Batman keys that I wanted to talk about. There's a lot more in there. Don't want to bore you. Guys, if you want to hit that thumbs up. Again, these all came out of one collection. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment. Please feel free to share the video. We've got more of these coming. I got a lot more of these coming. Hopefully you like them because I'm just going to keep doing them. I mean, this was a big collection, right? A big collection. So please, again, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share the video. And I'll see you later.